The derp case is packed. That can mean only one thing. Feta G. Hello everyone, the Flying Scotsman here. And yes, indeed, the derp case has been packed. And what you're looking at now is the contents of it. As you can see, this is not packed for a trip away. This is in fact packed with a computer that was kindly donated to me by one of my friends and colleagues. And, well, let's take a look, shall we? So the first thing we have is an HP monitor. It's a widescreen. I'm going to guess it's 1080p, but there's only VGA on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that over here. Next we have some quick restore DVDs. I think you can see where this is going. Here's the main attrazione for this video. It's an HP Pavilion, something or other. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop that down here for the moment. Next, we have a slew of cables. Then we have a keyboard and mouse, which are not going to work because the receiver is missing in action. And finally, we have a pair of Coronation Street slippers. And the reason we have these is because they live in the derp case, because those are the slippers that I generally tend to wear when going away. So let's have a look at this computer. First of all, we'll take a look at the monitor. This is an HP, and on the bottom it has a kettle lead, audio in, and sadly only VGA. Never mind. Probably with hindsight, I would say that it's maybe not a 1080p monitor, due to the fact that you know, it actually, I would say that this computer is from around 2010. What this monitor is an HP 2009V. Nice. I love how with the silver thing on it, it kind of has a look almost of the iMac. So there we have it. Now, like I said, I don't quite know what model PC this is, but let's have a look at some of its I/O, shall we? First of all, I should probably tell you that this is a system. Come on, Jay, you can do better than that. This is upside down ATX. It's got power, A graphics card which has DVI, HDMI and VGA. What looks like 7.1 channel sound. 6 USB ports. An optical out. Firewire. That could be... No, it is, it's Firewire and Ethernet. So, I guess without further ado, should probably get it connected up. Got a multi-function card reader here, optical drive, spare bay, HP media drive bay, and then you've got microphone out, headphone out on the front, and 2 more USB 2 ports. Nice. It's got an i5 first gen, looking at the badge, and Windows 7. Nice. So, I guess it's time to actually connect up the machine. Okay, so now it's time to switch on the machine. Smoke test! Okay, so now it's actually time to plug in the machine. Okay, take 2. Smoke test! Repech. I know what I've done wrong here. First of all, I do believe... Oh! Yep, so this system comes with Cloud Ready, and what Cloud Ready is it's a fork of the open source Chromium OS, which is the open source fork of Chrome OS, which is on the Chromebook. So here we go. Oh, is there no network available? Right. So, yeah. So what we have here is a desktop that behaves like a Chromebook. It's fine if it were a Chromebook, but it's not. So I need to go into Setup, which is F10, I completely forgot. WDC, blah, 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 blah. It's got 4 gigs of RAM, nice. 3rd of July 2018, no disk installed. Oh, a 640 gig drive, I'm sure that's fine, he said sarcastically. Intel Core i5 750 at 2.67 gigahertz. I think what I'm going to do is I will load setup defaults, and then I'll switch on virtualization. I'm still no wiser on what model this machine is, as I've not had a chance to properly check it out yet. Check it out. But what I will do is The person who gave me this machine made recovery discs, so what I'm going to do is, whoops, plop one in, and we'll be able to see if the optical drive works. First of all, I think what I'm going to do is see if the recovery partition still exists on this machine. Does it? I'm going to guess not. Maybe it does. I'm just not sure now if I'm recovering from the CD. I think I probably am, actually. I think I probably will move this machine to maybe somewhere over here, because I believe there will be, in the winter time, because this window is south facing, the sun will stream through and blind anyone who wants to use this machine. I just kind of put it there just for the time being, just to check it was all going. But yeah, probably somewhere over here. This lot will have to go somewhere. Just probably going to use some of this as a workbench computer. Whereas this machine, I think what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to factory install Windows 7, and while I'm doing that, what the hell? I don't know what happened there, but I don't like. Don't like it. It's not supposed to happen, guys. This keyboard I'm using, I found at the local computer shop that sells, you know, some used computer components, and I don't know what kind of vintage this keyboard is from, but it's an American, an American layout, which I don't mind because my geezer keyboard at home is American. Has a scroll wheel of some sort, and it's got all these multimedia buttons and blue number lock, caps lock and scroll lock LEDs. I remember an old keyboard I could press caps lock, scroll lock and num lock together and I could flash them all up at once. make a keyboard look like it was initializing. No, it does work on this one as well. Okay, so I at this point I really don't know what the matter is with this. I wonder if I can press shift and then restart the machine. So I certainly don't like having to constantly shut it down. Nope, don't believe the recovery partition is on here, but if it is, it's certainly not bootable. So what I think I will do now, it's a case of troubleshooting, is there we go. Inserted a USB drive. I really don't like shutting this machine off and on and off and on and off and on and off and on. Really can't imagine it's good for it. Now, if I remember, well, it says F9 is diagnostics. I wonder. Escape for the boot menu. There we go. Loading boot menu. So what is happening now is Ubuntu Mate is being loaded on this system. Quite a not bad speed, I might add. Good. And we have sound. So what I want to do is see what the partition makeup is on this drive. So no, I can take it. Oh my! What the hell has gone on here? Jang's cravens at my bob. No wonder Windows didn't want to boot. What's all this? Jang's the partition table is in a complete mess. That is absolutely terrible. I like to see what's on all these partitions. Let's see. Wonder if any of these are any actual OEM partitions. If not, I literally just want to clear the drive, honestly. That's what that scroll wheel does. It's a volume control. Let's go into Kaya. Okay, let's try media. Nope. Let's try dev. We can barely see the mouse pointer. Disk. By label. Well, to be honest, I don't know what has gone on here, but I know one thing. I am just going to try and just clean this disk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a MS-DOS partition table. And there we go. Nice, clean partition table. And hopefully Windows should actually start now. That's not having to look at that for a hard disk. Okay, before I do leave this environment, I want to see if I can find out anything about this system. So, my TIE terminal. LSPCI, so it's a P55 chipset. All Intel. There's a GT220 in here. Great! You know, actually this will be perfectly fine for putting pixels on the screen. Ugh, the inky is very mushy on this keyboard. So I will rejoin you once I'm away to start Windows, once this machine's away to start Windows. Okay, moment of truth. Is it going to start? And if so, is it going to stay started, or is it just going to... Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Yes, it did it. Thank you, gparted, for letting me delete that mess of a partition table. So, what we're going to do is we're going to factory reset the machine. So, let's do that. Would I like to restore the system to factory settings? Yes. All devices should be disconnected from the PC except the keyboard, mouse and monitor. Failure to disconnect the devices may cause the recovery to fail. Right, that's good. So, this is not too different from the HP Restore that I've run on other machines, like the Compact CQ61 and other such machines. I'm just trying to think. I know I've had a couple of HPs that I've actually recently restored, so yeah. So I think what I will do is I will leave this to do what it's got to do, and then hope and pray that I don't necessarily have to do the blooming the sysprep routine, because that takes bloody ages. And well, I'll be right back once this part is done. Now the machine is asking for disk 2, so let's throw it in there. See what happens. See, I find that quite curious that it's asking for disk 2 while on the reformatting stage. I wonder if it's actually installing the operating system or what have you. I really wouldn't know. But hopefully that's kind of what it's doing, rather than doing a full format. I mean, I know a full format is best for a hard drive, but 640 gigs, that would take quite a long time. Now we are on to disk 3. So I'm just waiting on it loading. Now this machine has gone on to the reinstalling original software stage. Well, it was saying 3 minutes remaining when it started that stage, so apparently now it's on 1 minute. So hopefully it will be done soon. Oh, you tease you. This is taking forever, and this bar has been sat at the end of this progress bar has been kind of sat at the end of it of itself for quite some time. 99% done. Estimated time remaining still 1 minute. It's sure taking its time, so it is. So this is finally done, and it's ejected disk 3. So I would like to say thank you to my friend and colleague for actually making these recovery disks. So, restoration complete. Remove all recovery disks from the system. Done. Once your system restarts and you finish the initial step of setup of your computer, you will need to perform some additional important steps. Update the security files from Microsoft and HP, reinstall software that did not come with your computer, and restore any files that were backed up during this process if applicable. Well, this is basically a new computer for me. Well, new to me. So I have nothing on it. So let's go start Windows. The only thing here that I will, well, the one thing that I will need to do is I have a Vonnet wireless bridge connected to this system, and I'm going to need to set that up properly. Set up as starting services. Set up as installing devices. We'll see what this does. I mean, you could almost make believe that it had actually finished set up the way that that last dialog box was talking, or what it was saying. Applying system settings. Setup will continue after restarting your computer. Ah, pulse beep. Nice. Preparing the computer for first use. It's kind of like the old Windows 95. Windows 95 is starting for the first time, preparing Windows to start for the first time. Windows 98 is starting for the first time, that kind of thing. Right, okay, here we are. So obviously this is Windows 7 Home Premium. So let's see, shall we? Set this up. Call this Workshop PC. Use recommended settings. Work network. Windows is finalizing your settings. Good. And here we are, Windows 7 Home Premium. Welcome. I'm pretty certain that this machine would run Windows 10 quite happily, but I want to try and avoid that if possible until I absolutely positively have to. By which point Microsoft could have phased this out. Preparing the desktop. Oh, nice. The speakers on this monitor, not necessarily the loudest, but hey, I have sound. Welcome to your new HP computer. Go. I kind of like that in a home user kind of a way. So I really can't do any of this at the moment because yes, I will stay up to date. Oh wait, no, I don't want to take part in the performance improvement program. Sorry. Protect your PC. Do I want to? No. No. No internet security. Yeah, getting online. Oh, you are connected. You have an active internet connection. Well, that's nice. I'm just thinking, I have recently recovered Windows 7 HP, and I can't remember which one it was. So, here we go. HP Advisor. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do with you, pal. Bye, Felicia. So, about this internet connection that I apparently have. Let's see if it actually does anything. Well, apparently it's enough for Windows to install new updates. Well, I know one thing I want to do is okay, so now my keyboard has decided it's no longer going to work. I wonder if new drivers are being installed for it. So let's uninstall and reinstall this keyboard. There we go. That's that installed. So let's have a look at some of the apps that are on this machine. For that I'm going to use the magnifier. Okay, apparently this is Hewlett Packard Pavilion p6235uk. So yeah. So apparently there is an internet connection. Now installing the latest, most responsive Firefox yet. I thought that said the latest, most expensive Firefox yet. So, while we're doing that, let's look at what we have. We've got Cyberlink DVD Suite Deluxe, HP Advisor, Magic Desktop, which, if I remember rightly, is kind of like a wee desktop shell a la Packard Bell Navigator, something like that. Snapfish Photos, print prints for free. Visit ebay.co.uk. Games. So we've got the HP Games console, which I'm guessing will be probably something subscription based, a lot like the whatchamacallit games, the Wild Tangent games. Lightscribe Direct Disk Labeling, Matrix Storage Manager, HP Games. So, I've got an idea. I like Bedrill 2. Let's see how that works. If indeed it works at all. And while I'm waiting for that to load up, it's time to grow it big. My mouse pointer, that is. There we go. Initializing, please wait. Yep, and it's provided by Wild Tangent. So I can imagine what this is going to be like. Okay, so I've signed into Firefox, and in that time, Bedrill 2 has loaded, and apparently I get a free session. Right then. That is fantastic. So, yeah, usual bunch of claptrap. Although I do get Microsoft Works, which is not a bad thing to have. You know, in terms of included software. PC help and tools, hardware diagnostic tools, support information, sound troubleshooter, recovery manager, recovery disk creation. I wonder if it's restored the recovery partition. Try Microsoft Office for 60 days. Yay! And then user guides. So, as far as included software goes, it's the usual bunch of nonsense. But I'm glad it does have a DVD player. Not that you really needed it in Windows 7, because it had DVD playback included. I'm pretty sure as well that so did Windows 8 and 8.1, although I don't remember. So you've got DVD Suite Deluxe, so you've got Make, an audio CD, and, well, Make all kinds of discs. Music discs, data, movie player, watch movie on DVD, video and photo, edit videos and photos, copy and backup, create a disk, utilities, create a disk image, burn a disk image, erase a disk, and print a disk label. So quite well featured, I would say, for the home user. To be honest, though, there doesn't seem to be anything about putting movies to DVD. Then again, I think in 2010, that might have... 2010, not a lot of people would have been doing that necessarily. Instead of Power DVD, you get HP Media Smart DVD. But like I said, still, it's good to have this suite of software at all. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to uninstall Norton, set Firefox as a default web browser, See, I don't like this removal and reinstall nonsense. I just want to remove it. I don't want to reinstall. Actually, while I'm here, because I'm the other side of the room from the router, well, this connection is about 80 down, but, you know, for being the other side of the room, this really isn't too bad. Nope, I must admit I'm quite pleased with that so far. Whoops. Close Firefox. So let's see if I can run the Norton R&R tool and just have some of the, just one of the R's. Yep, I think I will agree to that. So I can go to advanced options and then remove only. Once you remove your Norton product, your computer will not be protected until you reinstall security software. No, that's absolutely fine. Nowadays I do quite like Norton, but the version that's on here, I wouldn't trust it with a 10-foot barge pole. My next port of call will be to spin up Revo Uninstaller and uninstall all of the junk. Norton Online Backup. Do not remind me again. Okay, so remove and reinstall. Click here for instructions on how to reinstall your Norton product. Close. Right, that's done. Oh dear. Just heard something like hardware failing to initialize. What is this machine doing? So I'm going to show you all a wee program to use, you know, to bulk download and install commonly used free applications. It's called Ninite, and what you can do is, I mean, Firefox is already installed, but I'm going to put it on this list anyway. What you can do is you can go and select from programs that are often used. You get things like Firefox and Skype and Discord and Thunderbird, Dropbox, iTunes, VLC, .NET, Java, Silverlight, Evernote, Google Earth, Steam, KeyPass 2, everything, which I think is a is a local file search engine, NV access screen reader, and you know, kind of things like that. You can use it on your computer. Well, you know, basically this will allow you to bulk install these programs, and if you run your the 9i executable file it creates, it will even look for updates for those apps and update them for you, providing that they're not open. So let's have a go at this then, shall we? So yeah, Dropbox, iTunes, VLC, Winamp, Audacity, K-Lite Codecs, Handbrake, Java, .NET, Silverlight, Air, Shockwave, Steam. Actually, yeah, no, we will install Steam just for a laugh. Paint.net, Krista, Foxit Reader. I'm actually going to see if I can get an ESET key for this machine. TeamViewer, nah. Image pattern, Terracopy, Revo, and then I'll get my 9i. There we go, and you've got a tiny wee installation program that will go out to the internet and install everything. And I like to show the details so I can actually see what's installing and how far along it has to go. So, there you go. So, I believe that for today at least, I'm done with this Hewlett-Packard machine. It seems to be in good working condition. I'll obviously need to run some diagnostic software just to, you know, be certain. But hopefully I'm correct in assuming that it is okay. But as now it is time to go, I think I will shut the machine down from here. And I think I will end this video as well. So thank you all for watching, and please join me for my next video.